boys, a box! A box, damn you! A box! And now they're going to avenge it inside of a box.
Yeah. Box violence. Happy Sunday, everyone.
A box of violence on Fox.
Fox.
Tim,
No.
Tim, how are you? How are you,
good.
Tim?
I'm good. Welcome, everyone, to SmackPack Sunday. Tim and Joel talk about wrestling. A lot of very good wrestling. Too much, one might say. This guy.
I'm so happy that it's this week and not last week, because last week we had a struggle to find the good stuff. We were tired and we were over it, and there was just not a lot going on. But I think this week we got blessed.
We got to zip through this. There's too much good stuff. Like, if they could stagger it, it would be much appreciated, you know?
For those watching on the video, you're being asked, Tim, about your new gaming chair.
Oh, I found it in the garbage. And somebody had broken the bottom bits of the leg. It makes me look like a tiny supervillain, I find. I think I said that somewhere. Yeah, someone broke the legs, and I was like, well, I can fix this. So I fixed it, and now I have a new gaming chair for free.
You know, where you said it on our Discord, which you can find the link to on the description of the video, where you can also leave a thumbs up. You can like the video, or you know what, you can dislike it. You can do whatever you want with it as long as you engage with the video, because I'm going to let you in on a secret, friends. Regardless of what you do, it gets you into the algorithm. Yeah. You can leave a comment, not just commenting on the live chat. I'm talking comment on the video, and that'll get you in. Either way, you're in with us, especially if you join us over in our Discord, which is growing every day. My God. I got Michael, who's been working his ass off helping us out with that Discord. Thank you. Let's yeet some mother effort, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's talk about SmackDown, Tim.
So good. I liked it all. You know what? I liked it all. There was so many good things. They've got Chad Gable and Otis into a program, and I like where they're going with it. It's good. It felt like a bunch of stuff transitioned pretty elegantly into new feuds this week, minus Big E. But it's just good to see him on TV instead of not on TV, which is what I expected to happen. So
now, when you see a man of that stature, that size, with a giant beard, and he shows up without said beard, and he's a big man, again, he's all neck. Mm-hmm. Do you think that he had reason to do it, other than just, goddamn pal, it'll be great heat?
He's serious. He's gotten serious, you know, and a serious man doesn't have a fun beard.
I think he shaved it to be more aerodynamic for the Academy.
That's a great.
And if he doesn't use that, Otis, it's free. It's free to use it.
He can't make funny jokes. He can't make funny jokes anymore. He's serious. He's a bad guy. If he's funny, people love him. We're not supposed to love him.
Of course not. And he's super serious now.
Super serious.
Shows up on Talking Smack, and he's like very soft spoken.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
He showed up on Talking Smack, just a complete dick. They kept he had the microphone like basically as if I was holding a mic. He had it like down here.
Yeah. Of course. So you get all that good neck volume right there.
Yeah, exactly. And they kept telling him, you know, speaking to the mic, and he's just like, I don't have much to say. He's very, very just like subdued. It was so different. I loved it. So
that's great. I can't believe Otis is showing range. This is great to see, because he took the big Vince bump because he thought he was funny for a little while, and then he got tired of his new toy, and he's still finding a way to make whatever they've given him work, which is really great to see, because I think he's doing a great job at it. Like I want to see the Street Profits beat his ass now.
He really is. It's a solid gig that he's doing. I'm a fan of it. I want to see, because that was probably the match of the night, watching Montez Ford and Chad Gable go at it. I mean, without the messy finish, that match was good stuff.
Yeah, that double crossbody was choice.
Yes, the whole match itself, just top to bottom. I'm looking forward to watching these four actually have a match with some stakes in it.
Yeah,
those four going for the tag titles, great. Because the Dirty Dogs certainly aren't doing it, because they haven't been on TV since they lost.
No.
But you know who's back on TV after losing last week is Liv Morgan.
Yep. Winning this week.
She won this week. It's a 50-50, friend.
50-50.
Gonna call her. She's no
Get
longer
your tickets. 50-50.
She's no longer you only live once. She is you only live 50% of the time.
Yeah, you know, and you're only 50% as hot as Carmella, I guess, is the storyline we're going for.
The reality is, though, who else is there for Liv and Carmella to face on the
No,
brand?
they got to
Because right
fight each
now,
other.
there ain't anybody else for them to fight until they start introducing new talent. The Carmella stuff, the I'm still hot, we hate it as much as we do,
I'm still
and apparently
After
Mella
what? Like-
Mella still hates it too.
Oh,
But
really?
like, this is the only thing right now that works in a 50-50 environment, because she's saying, yeah, I lost, but I'm still hot. It's like, it puts her over more than it does Liv, to be quite frank.
It truly
because
does, because like I don't.
it doesn't
She's
work.
not pulling any attention yet.
Which is hilarious because they want to build Liv as a singles by all intents. You know, what you see on the vignettes and the interviews and her promos and so and so. I don't know if you realize this, but last week in the match, they were doing Carmella takes all the moves from Liv. Liv gets all the moves in, and then Carmella wins with her move. One cone of silence and it's over. Code of silence, not cone of silence. This week, flip flop. Carmella does all the moves, and then Liv hits that move that she does, and she gets the win.
Storytelling.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it is what it is. I like. I don't know. Hot girl bitch is not like interesting to me. So
No, it's not.
And I don't know if I'm going crazy, but it feels like the shade bit looks different every week, and it's back to being even worse than I thought I saw last week. I might just be going crazy trying to see things differently so that I'm less concerned by it every time. It's just such a weird entrance.
They never fixed it.
Did she always have belts, though? Like, it looked like she had belts on when she was doing the little wiggle.
She's got a garter on. That's kind of part of the thing.
No, like a waist belt. It was weird. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm seeing shit. Again, it could just me be trying to apply something novel to a repetitive scene. So,
and for those who aren't really getting it, go back and watch her entrance with the giant drapery. They film it wrong in that
she's facing the wrong bloody way.
She's facing the wrong way. Like, the light is what we're supposed to see is she, like, here's the light that's reflecting out. She is here and she's dancing. So here's the, like, this is, I'm giving it to you from the side. So she's here. This is great audio content. She's dancing, and then the curtain is beyond her, and the curtain falls, and you're supposed to see whatever she's actually doing, and instead we get the inverse. So I don't know what's going on that they keep putting it this way. It looks awful.
She's got front butt.
Front butts.
We should move on. This is the least interesting thing of the week. We have so much to talk about.
All right, let's talk about everyone going crazy slowly, starting with Seth and Bayley.
Oh man, just a little laughing together, bringing each other joy. It's weird that Seth turned out to be the interviewer all along.
Yeah, exactly. Who'd have
like
thunk?
it was like, oh, okay, that's weird.
As expected, we saw Cesaro make his return and take off Seth's pants.
It's smooth. It was good.
Very smooth. Yes. I like how Bayley has her hands over her eyes, trying to be like, "No, I don't need to see this. Oh my god."
Not my set.
So yeah, they cackle, and then Cesaro comes out, and he's still serious. Cesaro, you can't break Swiss.
Yeah, he looked pretty cool.
And then Bianca came out, and she started laughing because guess what? Bianca slowly going crazy too.
Yeah, everyone be crazy.
Everyone's on the crazy train on SmackDown. I'm telling you, sooner y'all see it, the sooner y'all get it, and it'll be great. Because you know who else is on the crazy train? King Corbin.
Yeah, he's very upset, and I don't know. I you know what? Like the correction, the restitution that has been offered to him makes not a damn bit of sense. Don't know why he has to fight for a piece of his own property. Seems silly. I don't know.
He also is excited. He wants his crown back. Yeah.
Like it's his crown. I don't get it. I don't know. Sonya Deville. Terrible decision maker. She's got to stop. Oh,
I'm back.
Nice. Good puke.
That fan was absolutely destroying my lungs. It was like that was metal in my lungs. Okay, let's go. So he wants his crown back, and the crown is like he's not a king. He's going crazy. Shinsuke is a child. He is playing along and just playing around with Baron Corbin's feelings. Sorry, King Corbin's feelings.
It's me.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's move on. You know who's also going crazy is Rick Boogs, because we had Boogs Watch.
Boogs Watch.
I think it's actually week 4, but anyway,
Yeah, I
there
think
wasn't
so.
much though.
No.
They,
Yeah,
they
it's 2-2. So it's 2-2. So definitely week 4.
yes, it was like they took away his guitar this week, and they didn't really do much with the entrance because there was no televised entrance. I don't know. That was very strange.
I know he's just there.
Yeah, he is. He's literally just there. Whatever, fine.
It's
If he's gonna
almost
be
as if
his big friend.
it's almost as if this might work better if Corbin had maybe a guy or two, that he employed to have around. Maybe call them knights since he's a king, that thing. Those people.
I mean, one of them is Impact bound, and we'll talk about that very shortly.
Good.
But
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, listen, Boogs and Corbin, I'd watch that match.
Yeah,
I don't
that
expect
actually
a lot.
sounds really interesting. Like
I'd be entertained.
moderately. Yeah.
Next week on SmackDown is going to be Corbin and Shinsuke for the crown. They didn't put it on a poll yet.
Nope.
They better put it on a poll. That's all I need. Speaking of polls, Nigerian nails abroad for everybody. Yep. And we retconned an entire human being. KO and Big E took on Sammy and Apollo. I feel so bad for Big E. He was going somewhere.
I know. It's a
I don't
shame.
know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. There's been a small rumor about Aleister Black maybe returning. I don't really give much credence to it. It sounds like he's, happy. Let's go.
I don't know. We'll see. That's their call.
Match itself was fine. I enjoyed it. There was enough going on that I was entertained. But next week, we get to see it all over again, except this time, taking the place of Sami Zayn is Commander Aziz. And I hope to God that Aziz just rips off someone's dick like it's Raw Underground again.
Yeah, it'd be great. I thought that the little bit that KO and Big E had was pretty good when Apollo just let it sit. Me. Oh, and who? I don't know, the big guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're sitting there just being like, did he forget the name?
I couldn't tell. I honestly couldn't tell if it was
Heat.
I don't know. It was very weird, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Because later on today, you and I are going to give our NXT.
Oh, what's the show?
Takeover in your house predictions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, ridiculous! All right, well, I'm still waiting because we got Hell in a Cell next Sunday, and we still need to put the Intercontinental. We need to put a lot of things on the show, but 4-way Intercontinental title matches where I'm waiting.
But we do have official Rey and Roman in the cell, which I think makes a lot of sense. Very, very pleased with that. Yes.
As much yeeting as we did, we're going to do it again on Father's Day. Because this match is all about the love of the son from the father.
That's so great.
Ray
he had a crash pad, right, Dom?
Yes. But this is one of the first times in recent memory where I watched something that was done with the pre-taping and the angles and everything and said, "Oh shit!" And then like afterwards was like, "Oh yeah, crash pads."
That was damn good. It was so unexpected because he just fucking went for it.
You honestly, people brought this up versus the fall of Chris Jericho from Blood and Guts. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Granted, there's a difference. AEW had people in the audience, and WWE doesn't.
Yeah.
It's still like, if you're gonna do it, come on, find creative ways to make it work. So, this isn't an AEW versus WWE thing. This was just something that I noticed online and said, "Oh yeah, okay, kind of." There's
it's
some
just a good spot.
to this.
Like, yeah.
And you know what? Ray doesn't even want the title. He doesn't want the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
I love the idea that Roman comes in and says, "I don't want to have to kick your ass, but I also want to show you that the title is something I can defend whenever the hell I want it." So he basically forced the title defense on Ray. It's good stuff. I like it.
It was good. Like, and honestly, the gaslighting Roman is very good. Oh my God.
Yo, God, he is. No one can do it like him right now. He's got to be pulling from some sort of childhood trauma.
Top of the game, man. Like, he's doing something exceptional. If you feel it week after week, we're talking about it. Like,
there's something going on, but Jimmy wants to fight. they had that backstage altercation, and then Roman, like you said, he gaslights him, and he sounds, by the way, in the fire of that promo, sounds exactly like The Rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big. Like it's funny after Izzy did his bit with The Rock. Is like, nah, we already got one of these guys doing this shit right now.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And then of course Jay walking out because he's whatever.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done with it. Sick of it. Over it. And so SmackDown is good. SmackDown is perfectly fine, except everything is Roman centric, which is kind of annoying. And then like that's top, and then underneath it's everything else. Like everything just kind of bungled in, which for better or worse, again, we go back to our conversation about the draft next week. That's where my fear lies, that they move Roman and the Usos over to SmackDown. Or sorry, from Raw, SmackDown to Raw, because they have a 3-hour show and they want to plug the 2 hours of fun that they get with Roman and the Usos. They want to plug that into a 3-hour show and say, oh, that'll bring people in. I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay, this is what happened last draft. Like the quality of the show swapped is what I recall. Like Raw was a little bit better, and then it switched, and then SmackDown was a whole lot better because it was a tight 2 hours instead of 3 hours. At least an hour of that content's going to be meh with these guys. So
yeah, I need to see more coming out of this show. I need to see a little bit more coming out of SmackDown and out of the stories that are being told. I like the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. I like what's going on there. I'm interested in seeing what they do with Big E, but I'm not super jazzed that they just threw him back. Yeah. And you know what? To a certain degree, as stupid as it is, I want to see the Shinsuke and Corbin stuff finish.
Yeah. It's been a nice little like sub thing going on that isn't too overwrought. It's just straightforward, like, oh, these two idiots are fighting over this piece of crap. But Ding Dong Hello was good this week, which is good to see.
Let's move on. You want to talk about Impact?
Yeah,
talk about Against All Odds.
Get it.
Let's start right at the top. Kenny retains on home turf at Daly's Place. Oh boy,
people really love this match.
I mean, I think the common consensus is the match was good until the finish.
Yeah, okay. The match was good. I hated that it was at Daly's Place. I felt it. Everyone seemed to love that. I hated it. I thought it was awkward and weird and dark, and I didn't like hearing the handful of people chanting. I would have preferred it just be on the Impact show rather than feeling like this jarring separation. Moose looked incredibly out of place in Daly's Place right now. Like,
yeah.
It was just that part didn't do it for me at all. The match was great. I just felt that it was let down by them trying to rely on a handful of dark wrestlers making noise. Like,
I was chatting with someone offline, and I just said it felt like they recorded this at 3 a.m. when everyone's energy was in the tank.
That's what it felt like. And that's what it felt like watching it. And putting it at the top of a show was like a disservice to, I think, Moose. Like, that guy can go, and they really didn't give him the best opportunity because they wanted to do it at Daly's Place for, I guess, to justify the Bucks coming out, but they could have come out anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. It was pointless.
I mean, listen, they weren't the Bucks that night. They were Jeremy and Max Buck, but they were Generation Me.
Yeah.
And also they bring out Sami Callihan, who had the first match of the night and won, because Sami, of course, we found out on Thursday, is going to have the title match at Slammiversary, or is he? Because he's fired. Now, Don Callis has fired Sami Callihan. Don Callis is not officially off the Impact exec team on TV. So I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, isn't he gone? But
they did do the thing on Thursday with Tommy Dreamer, the boss bit. And I was like, okay.
Right. So now is Tommy going to become the new boss? Is he going to be the new EVP? I don't want to see that either.
Oh, no.
The idea of I expect so much more out of Impact right now, because the idea of putting Sami in the main event of Slammiversary, the idea of shoehorning Sami into a match at the last minute on the pay-per-view. They think that Sami is the guy that needs to go up against Kenny next, when they've got a plethora, 5 men who competed in one match in which nobody won. That could have been it.
I'm in my bubble, I guess. Maybe there's this separate weird bubble where Sami Callihan is like the shit.
In a hardcore match, sure.
Yeah, sure.
It just didn't do it. It was a good match, and then they had the finish for the main event. But yeah, earlier Sammy and Dreamer defeated the Good Brothers. I thought it was going to be the Good Brothers that showed up in Jacksonville.
Same, yeah.
So when Sammy did it, sure. And Sammy getting the pin earlier in the night in that opening match, it made sense. That's fine.
They just it was kind of a run back of Friday, right, with AEW, where the Bucks ran in to save Kenny from Jungle Boy.
Right, and we'll get to Dynamite very shortly. Deanna and Rosemary had a good match. I really enjoyed it very quickly. Deanna targets the arm of Rosemary and then does the leg and takes off the leg brace, and it's great. It's a good spot. And then what does she do? She still pins her to win instead of submitting her.
Yep. It's good. I mean, I don't know. Demon needs a leg brace or whatever the hell Rosemary is.
She's a demon, I think.
Okay. Yeah, well, apparently they don't have great medical care in hell.
Can't really blame them. Violent by Design defeats Decay. No shock there. They are so in front and so behind VVD. I'm taking it to the bank. I will watch them all day. The question is, who's next? It's not the Birds.
I have no idea. Yeah. The Birds are a fitting, like, oh.
Kojima and Edward Edwards, maybe?
Okay, sure, whatever.
That's all I got.
I don't care.
It was a good match. It wasn't a great match, which I talked about in our Discord, by the way. It's in the link in the comment section. If you expected much of this match, you would have been fine. If you expected the world out of this match, I don't know what to tell you. I went in with low expectations, expecting it could go literally either way, and it was fine. Rhino's just a big boy, and Crazy Steve is mostly blind, so that makes a really fun, a really fun tandem.
Yeah, like I like Black Dahlia's to hit that pop-up Samoan drop is amazing. So I did expect a bit more out of him because it felt a little bit lifeless, but it's good, serviceable.
Yeah, fine by me. Meanwhile, Joe Doring, other member of VBD, defeats Kojima in a match I thought Kojima would win, but it makes sense. It's stand up for Joe. Let Doring start, showcasing his talent and showcasing his abilities. I was a fan of that. It was a good match, solid. Those chops are ridiculous from Kojima, always just going nuts on your front space here.
Yeah.
Good on him. Anything else in that match that you liked?
Yeah, it's fine.
Straightforward.
I like seeing Joe Doring do a thing.
It's true.
He's such a weird. He's like a very weird creator wrestler on random.
Oh my God,
that's the vibe I get from him. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to put a cowboy hat on him, and then we're going to give him the handlebar mustache, give him the long wavy hair, give him the crazy eyes, but then, get this,
fur coats.
Silly. Fire and Flavor defeated the team of Susan and Kimberly again.
No surprise.
There was no surprise. Do you think Deonna Purrazzo is going to cast away the losers at this point?
I hope so. It's getting a bit tired. I could go with some change. Go with a little bit of some evolution for Susan.
Yeah, because once again, she eats the pin as per usual. That's what Susan does. Susie is like the mid card, and then Su Yung is the final boss. I think we're going to start seeing the return of Su Yung. I'm excited for that because it's a good character and a lot of fun to watch in the ring. So next question is going to be Fire and Flavor versus who at Slammiversary? They went to Scott D'Amore, and they said, we are all out of competition. Who are we going to face? I think I have an idea. They're Australian, and they're a duo, and they're iconic.
That's great. Yeah, that would be excellent. I really, really hope that's the way. Would love to see them in Impact. I think they're sorely needed. They do need, it feels like they had a tremendous women's division, and then they lost a few people, and they brought in some people, but they're not as present as they kind of need them to be. So it would reinvigorate everything a little bit.
Also feels like they got a little shafted this past tapings because Taylor Wilde was unavailable and she was in the middle of being pushed up the card.
Yeah.
I think what happened was because she's in Canada. She's here in our neck of the woods, and she couldn't get across. I think that's what happened. And also, Matt Stryker's unavailable because I don't know. Instead, we had to sit there and listen to Josh Matthews tell us about the Wolverine, the rabid Wolverine, Crazy Steve, as he puts on a crossface. My God, what are you thinking? It was bad, man. All right, Tenille, Jordan Grace, not a bad match. Shocked at the finish. I thought Jordan Grace was going to get the win.
Me too, but it makes sense. It makes sense if you think about the long-term arc, where we're going with it.
What do you think they're turning Jordan Grace into the Incredible Hulk?
Kind of. But I think at Slammiversary it's going to be her and Rachel Ellering, but it's going to be like for grudging now, not just like, respect wrestle.
Oh, so you're saying it's going to be a loser leaves Impact match?
No, for the love of God, no. Like you were very committed to her transitioning into the men's titles, and I think that might happen, but not till after Slammiversary.
Yeah, and we'll get there in a minute with the 5-way X Division title match, or X Division #1 contenders match. I thought maybe Rachel Ellering would be the one to go crazy and turn on Jordan, but would that be too is that too swervy, or is that what do you think? Are we going to go straightforward Jordan Grace turns, or do you think we see a swerve and it's Rachel who loses her shit instead?
I think it's going to be Jordan. I think maybe you'll see Rachel say, you're changing. I don't like this attitude out of you, or something like that. And that might push her over the edge. But I think Jordan's going to be the heel.
What do we do with Tenille Dashwood, Tim?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I say they need more women wrestlers right now, but they also need to figure out what the hell they want to do with her, because she's sitting in such a weird position, right, with this influencer character.
Maybe they can bring someone else in, but you could do Tenille in the meantime. Tenille and Havoc versus Fire and Flava for a week, just to give Fire and Flava another win against new competition.
Yep. Yeah. You could do something like that, and then I don't know, give Tenille a talk show or something weird, something to.
Could you Jordan and Petey Williams versus Tenille and Caleb with the K in mixed tag?
Sounds great.
Who knows?
Do it.
There are little things that we can do, but I don't know. I don't see anything for long term. And again, this could be a good reset for Impact this coming week.
Yeah, totally.
W. Morrissey defeats Rich Swann in a match that I did not expect a clean finish from.
No, same. I thought Willie Mack might be involved. Yeah.
Dominance from Morrissey, man. First of all, pulls out an F5. Hilarious. And then 2 power bombs, and he gets a straight up pin on Rich Swann, who is now just falling from grace.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. I loved it. This is what I wanted to see, and it happened. You could tell Morrissey was putting in the work because all that butt sweat.
Oh boy, I saw that. You can wear jeans, but you got to make sure they're dark jeans.
Yeah, get a little darker shade, next time.
Exactly. All right, what else is going on? The 5-way X Division #1 contendership match. So Fulton's, I said Sawyer Fulton, but yes, Madman Fulton comes in.
Madman Futon.
Yep. Madman Futon comes in and destroys the field, and then the ref throws the match, because apparently in Impact, multi-person matches are not no DQ, which is a WWE trope. Wonderful. Josh Alexander mentioned the King of the Mountain last week. He said he is the King of the Mountain in the X Division. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where we're going for Slammiversary, but you need 5 people to compete in King of the Mountain. Someone's got to go out of those 5. Is it Ace Austin?
I was going to say, maybe there's a little bit of a separation in the works.
It's the only thing I could think of is getting rid of Ace Austin in that field, and then having him and Fulton team up to do, who knows, maybe a tag match at Slammiversary.
Could be.
That was Impact. That was against all odds. I honestly, there wasn't it was a good show, but nothing really shocking going on other than that finish.
The Bucks one?
Yeah. Sammy, you're fired.
Oh yeah, Sammy, you're fired. Which that just seems like a good business decision in my opinion, but
exactly.
Maybe that's why I didn't see it as that shocking. I was like, yeah, get him out of here, boring ass.
Oh, poor Sammy poor Sammy. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm pretty sure he writes that. He writes that character, so I don't. Yeah, that's on him.
He is the death machine,
but also a hacker and thumbs up, thumbs down because Reddit.
Very confusing. Let's talk about Dynamite because we're back. It was a good show. It was also taped. So that helped. It helps to do a tape show and not have an entire crowd have to sit there for 4 hours before you go live. So Good on him. The opener was fine. Christian and Angelico. Why not? I don't know. Is Christian the new hot opening match guy?
I mean, he's fine. Like, Christian is fine. Again, like, this is a young guy's game, man. Like, I don't know. He's fine. He's doing serviceable work, but I'm not excited to see him in the ring ever. Because I'm not. Like, again, he's doing the hits every week. And it's just like, yeah, this is stuff Christian used to do. And now he's doing it again.
So Matt Hardy and Christian is coming up. Sure. I just need more. That's all I want. I just need more.
Yeah, but you know, it's a built-in geezer pleaser. So everyone's going to be happy because they're seeing their youth on the screen.
Right now, the conversation online has become Mark Henry wants Braun Strowman to join AEW.
Again, if you put him with the Dark Order and him and John Silver do some shit together, I am 100% on board. But that's like the only thing that I want to see.
John Silver's big brother Braun.
Uh-huh.
I want to do it. I want to see it so bad. All right, let's move on. The Bucks, again, we've been talking about the Bucks more on this show than we have in any other show lately. Bucks team up with their best buddy and young boy Adam Cutler. Wow, that's someone I know in my
that's
actual
very
life.
Funny.
He is a rabbi there. So and Brandon Cutler. Oh, the Dungeon Master Brandon.
They probably
Cutler.
have comparable combat prowess. Can say that much.
One is a lot more bald than the other. They took on the team of Penta, Pac, and Eddie Kingston. And of course, Eddie Kingston's doing just fine. His best buddy's wife is giving birth.
Oh, he's scrapping.
He can't get his best buddy Pac to give him some knuckles before the match. Couldn't call Penta his best friend. Oh God, Kingston's just poor Kingston. Poor Eddie.
He's doing all right. It was good. It was a good match. Good match.
Yeah, Cutler taking the pin was to no one's surprise, but I do like that they set it up online throughout the week, or at least the weekend, where the Bucks were just like, Cutler, don't screw this up, and then he lets them down anyway. Yeah. It's fun. Don Callis was asked how Brandon Cutler is paid, and he said Cutler gets paid with experience as an intern and is one hell of a massage therapist. This is news to me, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything to add in the match?
Match-wise, no. It was good. Pac looked good.
Yeah. Frankie Kazarian comes out afterwards, looks good. Big fan of the Bullet Club Hunter gimmick. It's too early in the morning, and I'm too sober.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with that. It gives him a bit of an identity, and it's something they can do a quick like nod to. You know, it's good to see him like evolve that over time. I hope he does a bit more. Right, because what I don't want to see is every single week he just comes out and does some tummy punches and then disappears and we never hear him talk about it, or he never gets a match. Like, he's gonna have to, like, it's good to keep him in a holding pattern right now while they decide next steps, because everyone's kind of tied up in the Elite. But eventually I expect to see him get some pay-per-view matches out of this angle, you know?
Yeah, I do. And I need to see more out of Kazarian. I want to see him start taking up Bullet Club members piece by piece and not just coming out and, like you said, a couple tummy punches and you're out.
Yeah, and like in contrast to Christian, and I said this when Christian had his first match back, like I think Kazarian can really still go in the ring. I find him really entertaining. So, you know, as long as he keeps that up, I'm happy to see him work. Yeah,
let's move on. Brock Anderson.
Holy hell. Yeah, not that you need to tell me. Guy walks out and I was like, oh, you are just your father. Holy hell.
Is he 20 or is he 50?
Yeah, he looks exactly the same. Minus the paunch. Like, it's Iron in his prime. Like, damn, the genetics are very one-sided.
Even dressing like his daddy about to go out on the links. That was impressive. So the announcers start with, you know, we at the beginning of the night, they're like, we have a fan of Horsemen will be into this announcement. And I'm like, okay, fine. They're bringing out, what are they going to do? They're going to announce Sid Vicious? Is it Surfer Sting is coming back? What are we doing here? Me and Tony Khan said that the Cody announcement was going to be about a young talent that he wants to face or something. I was like, sure, why not? Brock Anderson was at the tapings last week. Sure. Next week we get Cody and the debuting Brock Anderson versus QT Marshall and Aaron Solo. Man, it's going to be so fun when Brock Anderson turns on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd be down with that.
At Road Rager on July 7th in Miami, it's going to be a South Beach strap match because the Rhodes brothers love these strap matches.
Man, how many times? Jesus.
I don't understand.
Now,
this
okay.
all plays back to the Codyverse. Go ahead, tell me.
Okay, it's all like self-serving bullshit. Like, I don't care. How many bloody strap matches are we gonna have in AEW? Additionally, every Dynamite in July is one of those horseshit Dynamites that I can't stop complaining about. Like, stop giving them stupid names. I don't care. It's so pointless.
It's very strange. I
guess the graphic design person is just bored all the time, so they need to give them something to do.
Well, their social guys aren't exactly doing great work right now either, but there's something going on in that Codyverse thing that like nobody's talking to each other, because you just did Dustin and Camarado in a strap match literally a week ago, and now we're doing it again in 3 weeks. But you're building it to another, so you're going to see the stupid strap show up over and over again.
Oh,
and I get that it wasn't a strap match; it was a bull rope match.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. The only difference is that one has a cowbell where you hit the person with, the other one is a strap which you bundle up and you slap the person with. It's still an inanimate object taped to your arm, and you're using it as a weapon.
What makes it South Beach? South Beach is Florida, yes, correct?
Miami. That's where the show will be.
So why? Why
it's alliteration, Tim. It's alliteration, damn it. Cody thought it was a good idea and they went with it. I don't know why. Like, again, some people just aren't talking. You see Ron in the chat being like, I bet you don't want tickets to that, hey, Tim and Joel. I guess I do. I don't.
They're not going to let me out of the country, so.
I mean, I was still trying to figure out if I'm going to go. Yeah, the strap will be neon colored.
Yeah, that's. I was like trying to think of what would do it. Yeah, it's like, okay, do that.
Yeah, I was saying I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go to SummerSlam or All Out this year, because the world will open up soon enough. But yes, Pinnacle cuts their promo. I loved the angle of the camera.
Yeah,
they did the hard camera, but instead of having them stare at the hard camera, which is many feet away, they had a camera guy on the ring apron at eye level,
a little bit below eye level, make them look bigger. It was great.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
Get that 5'7" MJ.
Yeah,
he's actually much taller than that, but I was a big fan of that.
I was like, what?
It just, the individualized promos are fun. MJF, saying, I idolize you, Chris Jericho, and then denying the match request. And then he calls out Sammy Guevara instead because, that's him beating the shit out of Sammy is what's going to get Jericho to agree to put his career on the line. And then they'll go to All Out. That's going to be a good story, because these guys know how to tell the story.
Yeah, I think this is, oh man, you can see that just like the machinations, at least in MJF. I don't know how much Jericho's involved. I'll give it to him too. Like, they're putting together this really, really good long-term program. Love it. Really, really love to see it.
When Jericho is invested and wants to do entertainment, and like, Jericho hasn't been in the business as long as he has by being the same guy over and over again.
No, God, no. And like, you can tell that he's just checking off a bunch of stuff that he wants to do before he takes some time off, because he's like, yeah, I really want to smash a car again. Like,
it was just, so they give Jericho a leash, but at the end of the day, he does a really good job of doing his job. Meanwhile, was it Dax is a family, Cash does not? That's how I'm going to be able to tell the two apart.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay. It's just...
they consider Pride and Powerful soft, but they're the same. That's fine. It's again, I'm still waiting for Pride and Powerful to break off of the Inner Circle and finally be the dominant tag team that they're supposed to be. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is Dax and Cash bringing the LAX out of them, and then them being LAX being like, yeah, we're moving on. We're gonna go.
It seems like maybe they've plotted this out for every single member over like a very long period of time, which is really encouraging to see, because I feel like maybe that is what's going to happen. Like, you have a lot of stories you can tell. You got 10 guys. And everyone's doing a damn good job, like building each other and evolving their characters. It's great to see.
This is what benefit of the doubt and goodwill in storytelling does for a company. People aren't down on everything AEW because they continue to have a good representation of their storylines and a good track record of paying off most of their stories. Yeah, there are times like we've talked about, like Cody and Penta, like that didn't happen. They just deep six that out of nowhere. But like they've done enough to make us care about the stories they tell on the main stage that we can sit here and be like, okay, this could happen or this could happen, and it actually is plausible.
Yeah. Like that. I think that they, by and large, are doing a good job with this stuff. It's a tough medium, so you can't win 100% of the time, but they're doing a damn good job with this stuff.
Yeah, and like I'm seeing in the chat, like people are talking about FTRP and Pride and Powerful in a street fight or in a ladder match, maybe for tag titles and all that, because we'll have the entire summer to get there. Yeah, yep. That would be great. It'd be fun. And they just got to do it right. That's all. Meanwhile, Sean Spears is an insane person, and they're still playing that up. And that's fine. There's more in this Sean Spears now than there has been in the last like 3 years.
Yeah, 100%.
And AEW hasn't even been around for 3 years. So there you go.
Yeah.
It works what they're doing here, and having still Tully is his handler, which is great, and having Tully just pull him back, okay, calm down there, bud. It works. And then meanwhile, Wardlow wants to kill Hager in the cage next week.
My opinion, stand out of this whole thing. Out of this whole thing. His promo game has gone, like, it's leveled up. Like, he was really, really good, and the Wardlow's world bit is something that they can use for like years to come now. I thought that was a really good turn. I think that he did a damn good job hyping up this cage match. He's like, you want to take me into your world? Like, yeah. Good.
Spoilers, he's going to lose.
Yeah, he's definitely going to lose. But
sorry.
Yeah.
But then the inner circle comes out, whatever, do their thing. They break the limo. I didn't hate it. It was cute.
Yeah, it was clear that some of them have done some manual labor before and some of them have not, because the handling of the sledgehammer was correct by some, not so correct by others.
I'm surprised the dorks of the wrestling world didn't come out and be like, oh, they're doing the sledgehammers because of Triple H.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Well, mercifully, I was spared that. I think they got tired of talking about Triple H this week. Freaking out.
Exactly. You got over it. Meanwhile, Sting, stay home, Sting, stay home.
Yeah, because Darby's going to blow up a fucking pipe bomb. It sounded like he was going to do a school shooting or something. Like,
stay at home. Stay home, Sting. Trust me.
Stay at home. I can't say why, but please just stay at home this day. This one thing that means, like,
it's gonna bring a gun to a handicap match.
It sounded not good. Like, it's just like, oh man, Darby.
That fist bump took a while too.
Oh geez, drag it out much.
Yeah, that's and
again, bro, I get it. Yeah, sure. Just fist bump me so I can actually go home like you want me to. I would like to take a nap.
I'm 62 years old. I'm done here. Tony Schiavone is going to have to drive to Atlanta next week for their interview. Miro and Evil Uno had a good match.
Yeah, it was
way more balanced than I expected.
Same, but you know, they did the I'm doing it for Brody thing, which gives Evil Uno a lot of fire and a lot of like, you know, it makes it a bit more believable. This is who Miro should have always been. Like, this is very good what he's doing. The chucking the title to the ref to get into the ring and then grabbing it just like, and him, he straight up punched the corner bar, the pole,
the turnbuckle.
Yeah, like, well, the metal bit outside the ring. You heard the ring, and I don't know, maybe it was Foley, but it was damn good. Like.
All right, worked for me. The finish was great. I mean, Miro hooks in that game over, and then he bends over Evil Uno, and he waves. He's waving a -1 as Uno taps out.
And then just stares at him after. Oh, so good. And the ref going to grab the title and like JR freaking out, like, your job's not done. And he's still just bending Uno. Like, oh, it was very good. Very good match.
At the end of the day, it made sense to do Uno in this match because Uno garners the most sympathy out of everyone in Dark Order.
100%.
Everybody loves Uno. There's like no one can say a bad thing about him as like a character and as a person. You like Evil Uno, and Miro is like the biggest POS champion they have right now. Actually, no, that's a lie. Kenny's worse.
Yeah, Kenny's a bit worse.
And the Bucks are pretty
It's a
bad,
different.
too.
It's
Holy
a different
shit, Miro's
type.
a
You know.
face.
Well, I think the thing is, Miro might be a face to some because he's chosen by God. So, you know, some people will like that. Some people will find that heelish. Depends on the person.
And his hot wife.
And his hot wife.
Yeah, like you said, he's doing his best work as a champion. They gave him a new shirt. He's now the final boss instead of the best man. And I am all for changing.
Good job.
Get rid of the best man thing. Like,
I will say the slogan people at AEW are killing it.
Yes,
Minus Jade Cargill. I think that's all crap.
What, you got a problem with that, B?
No, and then she had this other one this week with that the promo with Mark, like it was something long-winded and not very catchy.
No, it was literally her saying everyone has to stop saying that they're that, and then Mark.
There was
Sterling
a keep my name out of your mouth thing. Yeah, it was convoluted, so bad that I don't remember what it was. Other than like I expected them to just make it I'm that bitch, but
yeah, and they're putting on the chat. You know, all their champs are heels, and it is kind of weird. It's they need to build a face champions.
Yeah. Well, they are. Keep in mind they are still. They're still using Hangman Page. This is still the Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega story. They're just spacing it out, and I appreciate it, and I think that's the right way to tell this story. Like this felt like the blow off for the Hangman Team Taz stuff this week, because now we're moving to Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, and you might see another couple of matches, but I don't know. It felt like it was done. Dark Order came out. They had their Page Wisers, you know.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get there. Let's talk about Andrade first. Because that promo did more in 30 seconds than last week's involvement did.
And there was some music.
Yeah, now he's going to get music. JR gets Andrade for his first interview. And I love it. You know why? Because Andrade is very clearly the heel. And JR is not. And Andrade is just going to make JR feel super uncomfortable because he couldn't pronounce his name. They're going to do a whole thing about that. It's just going to be JR messing up the name and Andrade being the face of Latinos, and that he disrespected JR disrespected Latinos, knocked the hat off his head, and then they're gonna bring out Cody, who's going to say, "By the way, I'm Cuban."
No.
I had you, and then I told you what they're really going to do.
I mean, it was so good, and that's so very probably what's going to happen. Like exploiting JR's weird ignorance is like perfect. I think that's a really good way to get Andrade in. Oh my God, he's coming for me now. To get Andrade in and have him be a heel. Like I think that's actually a really good angle. It's just all roads lead to Cody, because Cody has to be the one to take the first crack at the new toys half the time. So
and there you go. He and Triple H aren't so different, by the way, friends.
Yeah, no kidding.
You want to talk about Jungle Young Adult and Kenny?
Yeah.
If that's his name, until he gets a title, he is Jungle Young Adult. When he gets a title, he'll be Jungle Teen.
He's definitely going back down to Jungle Boy after June 26th.
Oh boy. You know what? There's not much other than talking going on between these two.
I mean, and Jungle Boy doesn't do much talking, it seems.
In fact, all he says is, "You talk too much."
Yeah. Which is a good line delivered mediocrely.
And it's going to be used on Botchamania for the next God knows how long, and I'm fine with it. Don Callis using the Baltimora is a one-hit wonder line. Very good stuff. I enjoy it.
Very good. Don Callis makes up for Jungle Boy's lack of speaking.
Yes. And Kenny's. No, I'm kidding. Kenny was fine.
No, Kenny.
And then the women's match, 90-minute mark, Layla Hirsch.
I don't... Okay, so Britt Baker's the face. They like why would they do this match after trying to get Nyla into this position for this match? After flipping the burgers. Like why Layla Hirsch? Huge fan favorite Layla Hirsch.
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I thought that was an odd choice. It was a great match. It was an odd choice for this week. Do it down the road, but
right. And so Layla, I think it's really they just wanted to build up the height discrepancy. Because Layla is like 4'11" and Nyla is very much like 6 feet and much broader than Layla Hirsch. It's fine.
It's fine. It was just the bullying bit was odd because it's just like you're about to face like a heel who. Okay.
Yeah, Nyla being the first giant for Brit is just what they do, and
Yeah.
I don't care for it, but we'll get through it. I'm sure the match will be good, but the outcome is not going to be in doubt.
No doubt. Yeah.
I assume that first defense is going to be either on the 26th or on the Road Rager show,
Road Rager
or Fighter Fest.
Night 1 or night 2.
I don't care as long as it happens and finishes.
Yeah, same.
Let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about Cage and Hobbs. Let's talk about Ten and Hangman. It was a good match.
It was a good match.
Hangman and Ten work well together.
Yeah.
There's a wholesome finish at the end, like you said. -1 in Colt Cabana drinking water. Everyone else has their
Got
beer.
a great photo out of, again, more yeeting. Brian Cage yeets the FTW title, which is good. That's what you should do with that piece of crap. So,
I mean, listen, I'm trying to get it. Well, I'm trying to understand what's going on. Because, like, Hook, let me talk to you.
oh, Jesus.
Hook, buddy, you came in and you did it again. You looked good. You tossed them the title. I don't know why you thought that would be the right play, but you did it. And I'm proud of you, Hook. You're working really hard. Your daddy's proud of you. But whatever you're doing, you got to understand. You should be trying to take that title, not help out your buddy Cage. You need to do better. Hook. Okay. You are the man in Team Taz.
No.
You are the man. Hook. You got a lot of people. They want you to win, Hook. Don't let Starks and your daddy, don't let them push you around. You're the man, Hook. I believe in you. All right, so Ricky Starks comes out and he gets chased out by Brian Cage, leaving Hobbs alone. That's fine. Sure, it doesn't look bad. This way Hobbs, goes down in defeat, and that's it. What's wrong? What's going on?
Nothing. I thought that was really good. It's it's setting up Ricky Starks and Cage. I think we're done with Cage and Cage. I think we're moving on to something else now, which is good.
Buddy, Cage at a 619. We got to talk about it.
The guy's incredibly athletic. Like I think he has he's been putting on good shows for a very long time. Being a weird dude aside, he's been a king on the indies. I think he's got the potential to be top tier in AEW. Really. He's just got to break away from Team Taz.
You want to talk about NXT UK real quick? Really, all we got to talk about is that one match.
Damn. Yeah.
That one match. Kaylee Ray, 649 days as champion, drops her title to Meiko Satomura. Oh, buddy. 28 minutes.
Very, yeah. It felt longer, but not like drag on longer. It just felt like a marathon. The two of them,
yeah, they mixed their styles well. They looked real good working together. I had a very good time watching it live. What's next? Kaylee Ray goes to NXT.
She's coming to the US. I don't know. Yeah, it's either going to be NXT or it's going to be right to the main programs. So
I could see her coming out as early as tonight. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I just want to see her move it on over to Florida.
Yeah, well, I think she is. And that finish, this is the first time I've seen Meiko Satomura actually wrestle, and that finish is great. Really cool looking.
Yeah, the scorpion, which calls it the scorpion kick or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was real good. Real good. It's crisp. Hard to hit, too. You got to have, you got to be all in the right places for it to hit that.
Yeah, everyone's got to be prepared and, because you're coming from behind them, and, you got to hold them up with your shoulders, and not get kicked in the back of the skull.
Meiko Satomura is the champion.
Mm-hmm.
I assume this is going to be not a super lengthy title reign. We're not going to last 649 days.
No, God, no.
But the last person that she faced in a big match was Aoife Valkyrie. And Valkyrie lost to Meiko and was like, I'm coming back stronger and better. I want to see Aoife Valkyrie on one side of NXT UK picking up some big wins and some enhancement wins and just racking them up to get to Meiko, and then have Valkyrie, once fans are back in the UK, have Valkyrie win the NXT UK Women's Championship. Because Satomura, for all intents and purposes, she's there for a coaching role.
Fair.
So why not Why not transition?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be a good. You could hype that up pretty well. I think they're doing a good job of building things. Walter came on and cut a damn good promo, just saying like, "I am dominant." This is now he's the forever champ.
I was gonna say I am the forever champion.
Yeah,
he's the champion of Germany. Remember, he's gonna be the champion forever as long as he wants. Good old Breezango. All right. Speaking of Breezango, we got a show tonight, Tim.
Yeah, which sadly doesn't currently feature Breezango, but there is still time to correct your woeful decisions. Triple H, put Breezango on the card, every card, forever.
We've made people sit here long enough. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, the big show.
Mimosa Joe. Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, that's in the
Samoa
we put
Joe.
that in the thumbnail.
Because earlier this week there was talk of bringing Samoa Joe back, but to NXT, and he's been around the Performance Center.
What is this company? If I were an investor, I would be a bit concerned.
Tell me why.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but NXT is owned by the WWE, and if they wanted to move talent from one show to the other, they could have just done that without actually releasing anyone.
This is news to me. I never knew this. I wouldn't be surprised that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw this in my face. Joe is very much a businessman. He is very much the guy who has a price, dictates the price, and gets his price. He's a negotiator. He is the one guy, because normally you bring someone back to NXT, you give them less money because they have fewer dates, fewer things to do. Their responsibilities are lessened. Bringing Joe in doesn't really make sense on the Joe side of things, financially speaking, unless they bring him in and they're like, you're going to be a wrestler, you're going to be a coach, you're going to basically play out the rest of your days. And that's up to him. I don't know what Joe's plans are.
That's the thing. So look, if they realize they made a mistake and come back to him, he now knows he's in a tremendous position. And the only way that he's going to get the deal that makes sense is to do 3 jobs, to sign on for 3 potential jobs. So they can have him as an on-screen, like a wrestler. They can have him as a coach. They can have him as a commentator, but they're going to pay out the ass for it because, they made the mistake of releasing him in the first place.
I'll give you another option. He's no longer independent contractor, and he is given employee status and therefore given all the benefits that come with it.
Yeah, which WWE, for their actual employees, they're pretty good benefits. That
works.
Exactly. That's a perfectly fine trade-off because right now he's got all the bargaining power. He can go literally anywhere. And Joe did the same thing that AJ did, right? You hold out long enough that the desire to see you in WWE is so high that you just have way better bargaining, a way better bargaining stance. So,
and what's funny about all that is that with AJ, when he was in AEW, or when he was in, not AEW, when AJ Styles was in TNA, the interest wasn't really there from WWE. It wasn't until he left and started doing the New Japan stuff and started doing the Ring of Honor stuff. And that was only an 18-month period. It was barely 2 years. And then they brought him in and he was hotter than ever. It made sense.
Exactly. Because that's the thing. I don't know. He was still hot in the States from his TNT work or his TNA work. And then, he honed his craft a little more in Japan. And then they're like, okay. And he's like, pay me.
And I'm seeing in the chat, what is the identity of NXT? Is it developmental? Is it third brand? I don't know what it is. Honestly, it's both. So this was really interesting. Before you get into it, so Brandy, I'll shout out Brandy Lauren. She was Skylar Story. Easy for me to say. She was Skylar Story in WWE. She was recently released. She started up a Twitch channel. It's just twitch.tv/Brandy Lauren with an underscore. And I asked about her time in NXT, and she talks to me a little bit off the thing. And she basically said she was not in NXT. She was in the PC.
Yeah.
So it's the PC is considered developmental. The third brand is considered NXT. The problem is they have the people in the PC in development are then sent to the NXT, which is now considered a third brand, but it's not on par with Raw and SmackDown. It's just underneath. It's very strange.
I think what happened was they set it out to be a developmental thing. Then it took off. because it was something that Vince didn't touch as much as he touches the other two shows. So they gave somebody the freedom to run with it, namely like Triple H and the other producers there. And I think they did something with it that got people excited, and the production style was a little bit different, and people got excited. And when the popularity came up, they didn't know what to do with it. So this is what happened. Like it organically mutated into this thing simply by virtue of Vince not having his hands as deep into it. So like, I don't know. And I see people complaining all the time about NXT. I don't know. I think it's honestly one of the better shows out of all wrestling. It's fine for me because it's not up its own ass with weird delusions of what it is. It's fine.
I agree. Yeah. I think what it comes down to is once the USA deal hit, that changed a lot of perceptions as to what NXT is.
Yeah, and Evan, no, you're not crazy, because it is. They've talked about it and treated it like a developmental thing, but now you're seeing people like Tommaso and Johnny Gargano who just don't move up, and they don't want to. They don't want to because they see how they're going to be used, and they're like, forget this. I can coast and make a bigger name for myself in NXT rather than go up to Raw and probably be shunted down the card and devalued as a performer. Yeah, because it's not everything for this is money, and I'm sure they're making plenty enough to, live a good life and do the thing that they're passionate about and do it more honestly in NXT than they could do on the main program, just because they give up a lot of control if they move up there, I feel.
So the talk of Joe coming back, does Joe become a active wrestler? Does he become the new general manager replacing William Regal? What would you do with a problem? How do you solve a problem like Samoa Joe?
It's up to him. Like I think on his return, he gets to dictate the terms if they have made this tremendous mistake releasing him.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're here and you haven't joined our Discord yet, it's in the caption of the show. Go and join the Discord. We're talking about it there as well. It's a good time. Let's get into in your house. Let's talk about the preview. Talk about the matches. Let's go. NXT Championship on the line. Karrion Kross, the champion, defends against Adam Cole, Bay, Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly, Cool Kyle, or Pete Dunne. Not or, it's and. Who's going to win this match, Tim? Because there is so much going on. Everybody wants to kill everybody.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'll tell you my pick. You ready?
You're gonna go first?
Yes. It's Karrion Kross.
You think it's gonna be Kross?
Yes.
Oh, he just talked about not being in NXT forever.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why I think.
Is that a red herring?
No, I don't think it's a red herring. I just think it's not as quickly as you think.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts.
I'm gonna say Cole. I'm gonna say Adam takes it back.
You're gonna say Adam Cole
as a transitional thing.
Kross retaining tonight makes sense because you've got a draft at the end of August. And WWE loves to do the thing where they drop the title, and then to make the former champion who just lost look strong, they put him in the draft. So what's he going to do? Kross is going to say, I may have lost. He's going to lose the title at SummerSlam TakeOver is what I'm saying, in August. He's going to drop the title. He's going to say, I may have lost the title, but I'm going to go and declare myself for the draft. And Kross will drop the title to either one of these four guys, or if the Joe thing is true, he could maybe drop it to Joe. So there you go. Kross retains is where I'm at. The whole point of this match is that Kross is Godzilla, and these four guys are the gnats that fly around him as he swats them out of the air and make him look good. And
he's gonna look dominant no matter what tonight, but we'll see.
And he's going to pin Pete Dunne.
Really?
That's what I think. Petey? He could pin Adam Cole and it'll look big, but I mean, it's Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Cole just took a pin last TakeOver, so maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Pete Dunne.
We'll see. They could either debut someone right after that, or they can do something else. Who knows? NXT Women's Championship on the line. Raquel Gonzalez takes on Ember Moon. I mean, listen. If Ember Moon wins this, imagine. We finally get our big Shotzi and Ember blood feud that we've been talking about.
Too soon. Not going to happen.
Gonzalez gets the win, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Because no the story is still Raquel and Dakota Kai.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there you By the way, for those who are wondering, in our Discord, we do confidence points. We'll put them in there. Here, we just do one-on-one. What do we got? Winner take all for the NXT North American and tag team titles. Bronson Reed and MSK are going up against Legado del Fantasma. We stand Tasma in this house, but come on.
I didn't know that they put this stipulation on it. That's awesome.
Winner take all, Tim.
That's crazy. Legado.
Are you serious?
Hey,
that's fine if you are. I'm just
no, asking. I don't know. It's just because Bronson hasn't held it for very long. That's the only thing that's giving me pause.
I gotcha.
If it were tag matches, you know what? Yeah, let's say Reed and MSK again.
Okay. And I agree. This match was kind of hastily put together, but it's a good match to put together because Reed gets a quick defense out of the way. The whole thing is leading to MSK and either GYV or Ciampa and Thatcher.
Yeah.
That's the match.
Yeah, and I think, yeah.
This is just getting through a week of conversation, getting through a week of matches that needs to happen. And also, CWC is booing MSK.
Which is why I was like, I think they're going to be dropping those titles kind of soon.
But I don't think it's going to be too.
Not in this match. That's the thing. With Bronson in there, that makes it difficult for me to see that happening.
Yeah. Unless they, take the pin and then Bronson Reed goes absolutely insane and beats the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Ladder match for the $1 Million Championship. LA Knight, taking on Cameron Grimes. Sorry, I got to do that. It's hard to do two gimmick characters in a row.
Yeah, you gotta get in the right headspace.
Let me talk to you, dummy. It's LA Knight,
dummy.
This is Cameron Grimes. There we go. That hurts. It's too early in the morning for this. Ted DiBiase will be at ringside, of course, because he's been in so many ladder matches in the past. The title's a prop, man. It's not going to be defended. It's just a prop.
Oh, it's another thing to put in the display case. I'm gonna say Cameron.
You're so right. You're saying Cameron Grimes?
Yeah, Cameron Grimes.
Grimes. I'm typing them out in our notes, by the way. I am all for this match being a ladder match, by the way, and I think it's LA Knight's game. Yeah.
Ooh, he does need a big win. He's come back, and he hasn't really made that statement yet, so this could be it. Grimes would lose nothing.
Who's the heel here, Tim?
LA Knight's the heel. 100%.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase is also a heel by nature.
You're right. Screw the
$1 million
rich.
Championship. That's right. And if it's a title that can't be defended, then LA Knight gets to carry it around like a prop and look like $1 million. Yeah.
It looks like ass. So hopefully he doesn't actually wear it or carry it around.
And finally, unless in the next 3 hours they decide on another match, we've got Xia Li and Mercedes Martinez. Buddy, we've been talking about Martinez potentially joining Eva Marie alongside Piper Niven. I still think it's just Piper, but who knows? What you can do is bring in Piper. Piper is Eva's heavy, and then Martinez is Eva's heavy, but Piper is the one that she is. Basically, it's it's pyramid. Eva Marie protects. Mercedes Martinez protects Eva Marie, and Eva Marie coaches Piper Niven.
Yeah. I could see that working. I could really
everyone defends Eva Marie.
That's the thing. I think I could put together a decent program with that. Making that make sense. A lot of jokes you can do. A lot of interesting matches and fuck finishes that they're gonna do for sure.
So Mercedes Martinez doesn't win big matches. We know this. Xia Li is fresh. It's a new gimmick. Martinez, they heat her up with 2 TV wins. This has been. You go into cage match, by the way, and you look at the matches. It's always Martinez. Win on TV, lost in a big feud match. It's just the same thing. So I think we're both on the same page here. Mercedes Martinez wins the match, right?
Absolutely not. If that were to happen, the Tien Sha thing is done. This is so vital that Xia wins. If she doesn't, she might as well just go back to doing nothing.
Martinez is actually Maylin or Megan.
No.
No, probably not. So we're both saying Xia Li on this one.
Xia Li, 100%.
There we go. Any other matches have been announced? I don't think so. Maybe there's going to be a pre-show match. What have we got here? Elliot Fletcher saying that LA Knight tries to low blow Grimes to stop him from winning, and Grimes has a wad of cash in his crotch, so it doesn't win. So it doesn't work. Grimes wins. I like that.
Oh,
it's so silly, but it's so perfect. That's going to be such a good comedy ladder match. But NXT has to stop with the ladder matches. You got to take a break.
Yeah, it could chill a little bit.
Friends, it's been confirmed tonight. Over on twitch.tv/FightfulGaming, I will be hosting the NXT TakeOver Watch Along. A whole bunch of friends will come and hang out with us, so please come and join us. Twitch.tv/FightfulGaming. If you're not in the Discord yet for Tim and Joel Pod, come and join. We talk about wrestling. We talk about everything else around it. Go. It's in the description of the video. Leave us a thumbs up. Engage with us, baby, because we want to have some more fun with you and talk more wrestling with you. TakeOver is tonight. I am excited for it. Tim, where can the kids find you on the internet?
Kids can find me at Tim Stone P, TIMBSTONEP on Twitter.
The show is at Tim and Joel Pod everywhere on the internet, and we are also here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're back on Sundays at noon Eastern. And the foreseeable future, we talk about AEW on like both shows in a really weird way. So here we go. I am at Joel Pearl, JOELPEARL, everywhere. Twitch.tv/Joel Pearl. I ain't hard to find. Friends, we'll see you. Takeover?